Hello, this is Tiffany, and I'm here with another Substack post. I'm here in my apartment, and it has been rainy on and off all day. My boo is here, and I've been feeling really grounded in the past couple days, so thankful, and trying to ride the waves of activation and grief and joy and love. Here we are. I have written this post titled Trickster Mobility, Thoughts about ICE, Chinese Exclusion Act, and Paper Sons and Daughters. And I started this post off with a poem that I wrote. It is titled Paper Daughter. 1882, Chinese Exclusion Act, the first explicit immigration law to ban people solely based on race or nationality to enter the land of opportunity. 1906, San Francisco rose up in flames, burning it all down and birthing whispers of, "This is our chance, this is our ticket." Rising from the ashes came paper, proof that I am the son of fill-in-the-blank Wong, who is an American citizen. I am the daughter of fill-in-the-blank Chan, who is an American citizen. Proof that if I wave this piece of paper, fabricated or not, who knows, I might be able to stay. Might be able to let out a breath, to feel the weight of my agency, ground me to the land that grieves, ground me to what could be. Might be able to stay with my loved ones, might be able to stay, might be. 2025. Burning. The mirage of stability has evaporated. The dazzle of stuff is gone. We are born to burn. We are born to birth what could be into reality. We were born to burn. We were born to resist for true peace, for true rest. We were born to burn. Fuck ICE. Fuck the police. Free all prisoners. Free all detained. Fuck this empire. Free Palestine, free Sudan, free Congo. And I have this photo of me and my parents. I'm 1 year old in front of my birthday cake for my 1-year-old birthday. They are so cute. They are around me. They're blowing out my birthday candle. My story begins long before my existence, before my first birthday, before coming into soulful consciousness. It wasn't too long ago that my mom told me that we immigrated here through clever means. The term Trickster Mobility by Kweki Mmezi keeps on coming to mind. The way Trickster sits in my body feels steady and strategic. It doesn't feel devilish and or deceptive. Well, I guess it is deceptive to the empire. The empire that defines what is legal and who is legal. The same empire who steals lands and commits genocides. My mom casually mentioned that my great-grandfather was in San Francisco as a laborer during the 1906 San Francisco earthquake that resulted in days-long fires across the city. The fires burned down everything, including papers and documentation. Trickster mobility. The Chinese laborers, including my great-grandfather, saw their opportunity to forge paperwork. They claimed to be sons and daughters of Chinese American citizens, and then, subsequently, their sons and daughters were also citizens. Thus the term paper sons and daughters. And I've linked this article titled, "My Father Was a Paper Son" by Steve Kwok. But let's back up even more before 1906. And I'm gonna read from something that I sourced about the Chinese Exclusion Act. The Chinese Exclusion Act was passed on May 6th, 1882, and was the first U.S. federal legislation that explicitly prevented the immigration of a particular nationality by prohibiting Chinese laborers from entering the United States. Originally lasting for 10 years, it was extended by the 1892 Geary Act for another 10 years, and then an additional 10 years, and finally indefinitely in 1906. The act mandated that people of Chinese origin carry identification certificates or face deportation. Eventually, the act was repealed by the 1943 Magnuson Act, but it only permitted an annual quota of 105 Chinese immigrants. This quota system was finally lifted by the Immigration and Nationality Act of 1965. 83 years. So that whole thing, the Chinese Exclusion Act, was 83 years. And it birthed the model minority myth, which was designed to pit Asians against Black folks. And those 105 Chinese immigrants who were highly educated and rich were handpicked every year to prove that pulling yourself up from your bootstraps works. You just need to study and work hard. Be a good minority and stay a minority. Yeah, so as I'm daily witnessing the kidnapping of folks both documented and undocumented by ICE, the rage is burning hot. Every day, ICE is trying to kidnap folks going to their court hearing. Just a few days ago, Chao Zhao, a Hong Kong student, was kidnapped and detained here in Chicago. ICE was spotted a few blocks away from where I lived in Uptown yesterday, and it's just enraging to see how humans are treated subhumanly everywhere I look. Like, everywhere I look. Like, no one is safe. Like, no matter how much you try to assimilate and appease the empire, no one is safe. If you're black or brown or even white, you're not safe from the hunger of empire. The poorer you are, the more disabled, the more you dissent, the more you see through the empire, the more unsafe you are. And as I've written a million times, things just get clearer. There's so few things that actually matter, and it's just so crystal clear right now. And then I included a photo of my parents holding me, and I'm just a few months old. In October of 1989, my mom drove through the Bay Bridge after my 2-month-old appointment. And a few hours later, the bridge collapsed during a huge earthquake. And I find it poetic. My birth coincided with the biggest earthquake to hit San Francisco since 1906. Being a Leo, I have always felt like my purpose is to burn, to shine, and to clear space for truth. And not to romanticize natural disasters, but I'm sitting with what to do. What do we need to clear out and make way for? Because this is not it. I have 2 calls to action. Number 1 is to donate to this fundraiser to support a single mother to pay legal fees because her son was detained by ICE. And the second one is to sign a petition for our local organizer, Gladys, who has also been detained by ICE. So to end with my ending question, what does liberatory imagination spark in me today? I was listening to Adrienne Marie Brown and her sister Autumn's podcast, How to Survive the End of the World. I was listening to their latest episode titled A Palestinian Story with Devin, Atala, and Sarah Ihmoud. And it brought me to tears multiple times when they were talking about deep love during genocides. It is a powerful thing to say yes to, and a magical way that really could fuel us. To fall in love and to be in love is such a fuck you to the empire. Well, if your alignment and North Star is shared. Devin says on the podcast, quote, "Our love story is not something I can celebrate without being real that we are weapons. And we need to be weapons right now. We're not trying to be coming together and enacting care for each other that doesn't help us fight and get free. We have to be weapons for a collective freedom, and it's our responsibility to do so." End quote. Yes, yes, yes. What an honor. Yeah, so that's it for today. There's so many things I'm sitting here with. And I was just thinking about last year, and I actually documented it really closely here on Substack, about what have I learned in the grief and activation and the mania of being in this empire, in this time and space. And yeah, I'm sitting with, like, what do I want to bring forward? What do I want to not bring forward? What do I learn? What do I want to learn from? Yeah, and I'm looking forward to writing it out or processing it here. But we will see. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. And I would love for you to support me. You can support me in two ways. You can subscribe for free here and set up an monthly or annual recurring payment with me on Venmo, which would greatly help me because, yeah, living paycheck to paycheck it's rough under capitalism. And you can also buy me a cup of coffee because every little bit counts. And either way, I'm just so appreciative. All right, that is it. And I hope that we can stay focused and really live into our role towards our North Star. All right, bye.